Good morning and Merry Christmas. Welcome to First Parish Unitarian Universalist Church of Chelmsford. We are a covenantal community gathered for worship, mutual care, faith formation, and service to the common good. My name is Ken Langer and I am your intern minister. Today's service is a special pre-recorded service filled with joyous music and stories. This morning, we celebrate the rebirth of the Son through the allegory of the sacred birth. We are happy to share this Christmas gift with you. Let us now take a breath, center ourselves, and begin the service in the spirit of worship as we listen to the prelude. Our chalice lighting this morning is by Victoria Safford. Now is the moment of magic, when the whole round earth turns again toward the sun. And here's the blessing. The days will be longer and brighter now, even before the winter settles in to chill us. Now is the moment of magic, when people beaten down and broken, with nothing left but misery and candles and their own clear voices, kindle tiny lights and whisper secret music. And here is the blessing. The dark universe is suddenly illuminated by the lights of the menorah, suddenly ablaze by the lights of the Kanara, and the whole world is glad with winter singing. Now is the moment of magic, when an eastern star beckons the ignorant toward an unknown goal. And here's the blessing. They find nothing in the end but an ordinary baby, born at midnight, born in poverty, and the baby's cry, like bells ringing, makes people wonder, as they wander through their lives, what human love might really look like, sound like, feel like. Now is the moment of magic, and here is the blessing. We already possess all the gifts we need. We've already received our presents. Ears to hear music, eyes to behold lights, hands to build true peace on earth, and to hold each other tight in love.
Feliz Navidades, Buenos Dias, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy everything. Today's story I am reading is Herschel the Jewish Reindeer by Jeff Geller. 'Twas the day before Christmas, and it soon would be night, as the reindeer prepared for their holiday flight. Delivering toys to good children should have made them really glad, but leaving their own families at home made them feel sad. Herschel, the Jewish reindeer, saw the tears in their eyes, and he wondered, would it matter to Santa which one of us flies? Hanukkah is 2 weeks early this year. Maybe I can help my friends with their holiday cheer. But I can't pull this heavy sleigh all by myself. To form a team, he called Sanchali, the Hindu elf. When Sanchali learned how fast and far they would roam, she said, let's ask Alam for help. He's a Muslim gnome. Alam said, I know a reindeer who can float in the air. Dawa is Buddhist, but Santa won't care. In his life before this one, Dawa was a bird. He'd be happy to help us. Just say the word. Then another reindeer stepped out from the mist. Hi, my name is Larry. I'm an atheist. That just means I don't pray, but I still can help others and pull the sleigh. Hubert said, I'm agnostic, which means I believe in everything. But that doesn't mean that I won't help you out. I have many more friends who can help fly too. But they have different beliefs, Taoists, Shintoists, and Baha. Herschel watched as his team formed with glee, as he thought, if given the chance, they would do this for me. He found stand-ins for Dasher, Comet, and Dancer. Flying for them would be quite an honor. And Vixen, Blitzen, and Rudolph kneeled down and said grace, saying prayers for those who flew in their place. Prancer and Cupid were swapped out with a bit of good luck, but who will guide the team? Now Herschel felt stuck. The important spot left was the one for Dancer. But the Tooth Fairy said, Herschel, I can help out. This isn't my normal job, but I can come right away. I like working nights, and I can help guide this sleigh. Santa came soon with his sack full of toys and gear. Let's make this a good run. It's just once a year. On Herschel, on Sanchali, on Dawa, Santa said, and as all buckled down and pulled on the sled. On Alam, on Herbert, Santa cried, ho, ho, ho! But the sleigh was too heavy, and it just wouldn't go. They counted the reindeer, gnome, elf, and fairy, and someone called out, what about Larry? I'm sorry I'm late. Let's get this sleigh in the air. It's just that my children want toys too. They say it's not fair. Larry asked, can we give them some presents though they don't believe? Santa said, if you've been good, I will shuck up my sleeve. With that, Larry added a little bit more force, and the sleigh lifted off and charted its course. Everyone was happy to help one another. Despite our differences, we are all sisters and brothers. The end.
Thank you, Dolores. That was great. I found this book A world of cookies for Santa, which of course is right up my alley. What could be more Christmas and holiday than cookies? It's written by Emmy Furman, and the illustrations are by Susan Gall. So we're going to travel the world with cookies. All around the world, Christmas is a time of giving. While Santa Claus, also called Papa Noel, Father Christmas, Grandfather Frost, and more, packs his sleigh with gifts, children everywhere are preparing their own sweet gifts for him. So let's follow along on Santa's tasty trip around the globe, country by country, cookie by cookie. We start in Christmas Island. Kiritimati, also known as Christmas Island, is the first place in the world to welcome Christmas Day and Santa. Children on this little island in the southern Pacific share their abundant coconut crop and leave him sweet, chewy coconut macarons. New Zealand. In New Zealand, children remember the reindeer too and leave hay or carrots for them, as well as crunchy Anzac biscuits and milk for Santa. Australia. Santa Claus uses his magic key to open the front door when he visits children in Australia. He leaves small gifts in a sack or stocking by their bedrooms, and their bigger gifts under the tree. Their gift to him? Crispy, fruit-filled white Christmas treats, and because it's summer there, a cool glass of milk or beer. Boys and girls who are too excited to sleep might hear the sound of the bell Santa rings as he leaves their home. Next, we go to Japan. In Japan, Hote Osha brings gifts and fortunes to children. They believe he has eyes in the back of his head so he can watch for children who are misbehaving. After he leaves their gifts on their pillow, Hote Osha enjoys a slice of strawberry-topped Christmas cake the children have put out for him. Next, we go to Indonesia, where most homes don't have a chimney. So children put their shoes near the door or in front of a pretend fireplace they make for Sinterklaas to fill with gifts. In return, children treat him to a taste of the tropics with nastar cookies filled with pineapple jam. Then to the Philippines. Before they go to bed, Filipino children double-check to make sure their parents leave the front door unlatched for Santa Claus to come in. After filling the stocking, Santa finds the children's gift of puto seco, a crisp, melt-in-your-mouth cookie, and a spicy ginger tea called salabat. Now we go to Sri Lanka. On Christmas Eve in Sri Lanka, children come home after midnight mass and hang their stockings on the tree. After Natal Siya, or Christmas grandfather, puts their gifts in stockings, he munches on kokis, a lacy fried cookie, while he sips the Ceylon tea the island country is famous for. In India, children hang their stockings by a window if they don't have a fireplace. They leave Christmas Baba, or Father Christmas, a crispy fried treat called kolkos, and a cup of spicy chai. I'm thinking Santa must be pretty full by this time. Next to South Africa, where Kersvader, or Father Christmas, arrives in South Africa by donkey. He fills the children's stockings with special chocolates and small gifts. They leave him Hertzog cookies, filled with apricot jam and topped with crunchy coconut meringue. In Malawi, Father Christmas brings gifts to children at Christmas parties at their school. They thank him with mombata, or sweet potato cookies. In Bethlehem, at the site of the first Christmas, many people from around the world visit for this special holiday. Santa brings gifts to children in homes with a cross painted over their doors. Children give him mamul, a cookie stuffed with dates or honey and nuts. And in Egypt, children go to bed early in hopes that Baba Noel will climb through the window, enjoy the kak, a sweet biscuit they put out for him, and leave them a gift. In Denmark, Julmande, Christmas man, puts presents under the tree while the family eats Christmas dinner. When everyone is finished eating, the children see the tree decorated for the first time. They thank Julmande in person for their gifts by sharing the rislamande, or rice pudding, with him. And next door in Norway, Julenissen, the Christmas elf, comes into the house on Christmas Eve and asks, "Are there any good children here?" Sometimes the children must sing for him before they receive their gifts. Julenissen thanks them with some riskrem, a sweet rice pudding served with a cherry sauce. In Poland, the Star Man visits families after their Christmas dinner. He asks the children questions and rewards their answers with small gifts. In return, they share fruit-filled kolacki with him and his companions, the Star Boys, who sing for the family. In Germany, German children have been counting down the days until Christmas on their Advent calendars. They open the last door on the Advent calendar before they go to bed, excited to see what they will find under the Christmas tree from Weihnachtsmann, the Christmas man. Making many kinds of Christmas cookies is an important part of Christmas celebrations in Germany. Children leave Weihnachtsmann a plate filled with pepperkakor, springrellet, and gingerbread people. Then we go to France, where children leave carrots, oats, or apples in the shoes they place by the fireplace or Christmas tree. Père Noël takes the children's gifts to Guy, the donkey who carries his heavy sack. Then he fills the shoes with small gifts and treats. Sometimes they borrow bigger shoes from their parents because they hold more. For himself, Père Noël can choose from any of the 13 desserts families eat during Christmas Eve celebration. He really likes to have a slice of the Yule log with a glass of wine that they leave for him. In Spain, children fall into bed late, tired from their festive Noche Buena celebration that brings many family and friends together for a big meal and singing and dancing. They put their shoes on their windowsill or balcony filled with treats of barley and wheat for the wise men's horses. One of the wise men leaves the children gifts. Toran, a nougat candy of almonds, honey, and sugar, is the most popular gift to leave as a treat. In the Basque Mountain country that lies between France and Spain, Olentzero, a coal miner from the Pyrenees Mountains, brings coal for the bad children and gifts for the good. Children clean their shoes and place them near the fireplace for him to fill. Children thank Olentzero for their gifts by leaving a glass of wine and almond tile cookies, which are shaped like the roof tiles of their homes. In Great Britain, Father Christmas fills the stocking of children. They leave him a gift of fruit-filled mince pie, along with a glass of sherry. In Ireland, Santa must be very quiet as he slips in to feel the stockings hung at the foot of the bed. Like in Great Britain, he'll find a mince pie and a glass of milk, and sometimes Guinness, on the table, along with a candle that will burn all night. When he visits Brazil, Papai Noel comes in the front door and finds the children's shoes besides the Christmas tree, or Precipio, nativity scene, or next to their beds, waiting to be filled with gifts. Children leave him a fudge-like sweet called brigadeiro. In Argentina, Papa Noel has to wait until the big firework displays are over before the children will be asleep for his visit. Boys and girls fill their shoes with straw or barley for his camels and leave Papa Noel mantecados de anís, a crumbly cookie with a hint of licorice flavor, and a sidra, sparkling cider. In Chile, chimneys are too narrow for Viejo Pascuera, Old Man Christmas, so he climbs in a window. He leaves presents near the manger scene and finds a plate with a gift of pan de puasca, a Christmas bread filled with candied fruit. Puerto Rico. Boys and girls in Puerto Rico leave straw in shoeboxes under their beds for the camels of the wise men. They also leave mantecadito, a cherry-studded shortbread cookie for the wise men who bring children gifts. In Costa Rica, Colacho brings gifts to children and puts them under the fragrant cypress tree. Costa Rican children leave him a gift of crunchy star-shaped supiros and a glass of rompope, eggnog flavored with coconut. Mexico. Just after midnight, Mexican children get to break open a piñata filled with small toys and treats. After they go to bed, Santa arrives to bring their gifts. He looks forward to the nutty, sugar-coated Mexican wedding cookies they leave for him, along with a cup of sweet, spicy Mexican hot chocolate that warms him up as he heads further north again, where it is cold. To the United States. All across America, children have decorated their trees and hung their stockings, waiting for Santa and his reindeer to arrive. From Maine to California and all the states in between, Santa will find a glass of milk and a plate of cookies. Children might choose to give him decorated gingerbread people, iced sugar cookies, or the classic American chocolate chip cookie. They also sometimes leave carrots for Santa's reindeer. Canada. The nights are long in the northernmost part of North America, but Santa Claus finds his way to Montreal, Canada, by the millions of Christmas lights on display across the city. They can be seen from space. In the French-speaking region of Quebec, Père Noël warms himself by the fire while he fills children's stockings and enjoys spicy, fruit-filled hermit cookies that they leave. They're perfect for dunking in the milk the children leave with the cookies. As he gets to Canada's western coast, Father Christmas appreciates the warm pot of tea and rich layered Nanaimo bars children leave for him. Alaska. When Santa arrives in Alaska, he's pretty close to the North Pole, his home. There's a town called North Pole, Alaska, but it's different. Alaskan children give him Eskimo cookies, a chewy, fudgy oatmeal cookie that is cooked on the top of the stove, not in an oven. Hawaii. Hawaiian children won't hear the sound of hoofs on their roofs, but they might see Santa's footprints in the sand where he hopped off the surfboard, pulled by a dolphin. Kanakaloka comes through the windows that are left open to allow the cooling trade winds to blow through. Children will find their gifts under the tree they decorate with garlands, shells, and starfish. They present the present they give him of sweet, chewy pineapple macadamia nut bars is a refreshing treat. After visiting the last home in Pago Pago, Santa flies back to the wintry North Pole. He's warmed by the thoughts of the joy of girls and boys he visited will feel as they open their gifts, and by sweet memories of the giving spirit children everywhere showed through the treats they shared with him. Now this book has recipes, and maybe someday we'll be able to make them. We are a free church, and our ability to minister to one another, to share joys and cookies and light and life everywhere is a direct result of what we are each able to offer of our time, our talent, and our treasure. As we pause now to listen to Christopher play, I invite you to think of donating to First Parish, which you can do via our website, and also to know our deepest gratitude for all that you give of your time, your talent, and your treasure. Christopher. Thank you. It was sweet. And now I'd like to invite us to pause wherever we are and take a moment to think about anyone we are holding in our hearts, any joys or sorrows that we have to share, and just take a moment to be quiet together. Spirit of life and love, and Spirit of this season of lights and gifts, sweet treats and giving, of music, decorations, and also of quiet contemplation and deep hope and deep yearning for a kinder, gentler world. As we take this day to pause in the busyness and in the cold of winter, may we find peace. May we find sweetness and gratitude. And may all those who are in need of comfort or who mourn this day have your spirit of peace be with them. Amen, and blessed be. So as we close our Christmas Day service, I would like to offer my thanks to Ken, to Dolores, and to Christopher, and to Dave, who's the man behind the camera, and wish you all a lovely, restful day. Thank you.